Today we're going to talk about how to start a wig business in 2025, but we're going to use a strategic 4-step framework that I created so that you can get the best out of this. And remember, if you work, it will work for you, but you have to do the work, okay? And I made this as easy as possible. Hey babe, and welcome in. We're just gonna go ahead and get started because like I said, we have a lot to cover. If this is your first time seeing me, hi, hello, my name is Anna Maria. I'm a luxury custom wig designer, now transitioned into a full-time wig styling coach. I've had my business coming up now about 6 years in January, and throughout my career, I was able to attract clients who pay me on average about $1,300 for one unit, and my profit margins range approximately $700 or more. So you are here because you have a wig business and you're struggling to stand out in this competitive market, especially going into 2025. I've created the VIP Wig Styling Formula to provide you with the skills, tools, and knowledge to level up your wig business, attract your dream clients, and price your wigs for maximum profitability. But to ensure that this program is 110% effective, today I'm gonna teach you and you're gonna learn exactly how to take those skills to the marketplace and start making sales. So in this masterclass, I'm gonna teach you the 4-step framework to revamping your wig business in 2025. But before we go any further, I need to ask for your permission to make you an offer at the end of this masterclass. I will also reference it throughout the presentation to show you how it's relevant and connected. And since I can't hear you, I'm just gonna assume that if you continue to watch this video, that means you're giving me permission to make you an offer. Bye. And might I add that this will be an offer that will be pretty hard to resist. Pretty hard. Also note that whether or not you invest into the program at the end of this masterclass, the 4-step framework that I'm teaching you today, you can take it and implement it into your wig business and start making sales for 2025. The only difference is you just have to work a little harder. The program is just your shortcut to get you there sooner with less frustration and less stress, okay? So let's talk about the market potential. I asked generative AI, which is Google, what is the market value for a wig business in 2025? Here is what it said. According to the current market projections, the global wig market is expected to be valued around $8 billion. What does that mean for you? Do you understand how many zeros it takes to make $1 billion? So there's definitely space in the upcoming 2025 market for you to make millions of dollars within your wig business. With just a $1 million business, you can take care of yourself, your family, and still live a very fulfilling life. Just understand your potential to earn way more is available to you. Everything is out here for the taking. You just have to want it. Like, you really have to want it. Okay, that wasn't in the script. Let me continue. But most new wig business owners seems to face some or all of the same problems. That's why so many people are failing or just outright quitting, and you continue to see some of the same folks continue to win year after year. And that's because they have a system in place, okay? They're already locked in how they're making their sales and how they're bringing in their income. So some of the common struggles you're facing right now includes finding a good hair vendor that you can trust, one who will provide you with great customer service and high quality hair consistently. You're having a lot of pricing confusion. You're pricing your products, but when you do get a sale, you still don't see the profits. And of course, more than likely, you completely lack the wig customization and styling skills that it takes to create high value wigs. This might look like maybe your knots are always over bleach. Maybe you're unable to lift the knots on your lace, because that's another problem that can stem from not having a good vendor who source you high quality lace. Your hairline might be underplucked. You probably can't curl the hair, no volume because you can't create layers. You're having dents, etc., etc. You're just having problem creating high value custom wigs. Well, here is where I want to introduce you to the 4-step framework that I've created to help you through all this mess and get your wig business off the floor, because we want to level up in 2025. No more playing around and acting like you can't find help, like nobody out here trying to help you. I am here. Use me to your advantage in this current stage of my career. Basically, the more I grow, the harder it's gonna be for you to get access to me. Now let's get into the fun part. The 4-step framework. Step 1, choose your style wig. This is like really the exciting part of this whole framework, honestly. So the first thing that you want to do is decide on exactly what style wig do you want to master. Figure out what style wig would represent your brand. I need you to create a signature look for your brand. It's the only one single wig style that you will bring to market. You see how I repeated the same thing to you in about 3 to 4 different sentences? Decide on what look you want to represent your brand. You're going to confidently master that look, take it to the marketplace, and build your authority in that space. Having authority shows that you're an expert. Showing your expertise builds trust. And what does trust equals? Sales. But here are some tips to guide you and help you make an informed decision, okay, on what style you're going to choose. African American woman makes up about a majority of the hair extensions and wig market. Wearing a wig has literally become so normal that people seen wearing their natural hair are literally the weird ones. And I know that's just crazy to say because it shows how much money is in this market, as well as how deep the growth potential is. Even women who appear to have their natural hair are more than likely wearing extensions, okay? They just have the kinky, curly type of look, but most of the times it be extensions, and you'll be surprised because they'll have a whole afro that you see them like, probably you know this person for like a year, and you see them with the same afro, you swear is their hair. The whole time is extensions. Everybody is wearing extensions. Everybody is wearing wigs. Baby, this market is not going nowhere. So I got some good information for you. African American women typically order wigs between 14 to 24 inches. I got even better information. Listen, I'm so excited. With a particular popularity in 18 inches to 22 inches. You understand what I just said? I just told you what's the most popular length. So, okay, let's go. And I'll stay on the script. Okay, I said it before and I'll say this again. The market is flooded with different wig businesses. Your goal and your mission is to come in here and stand out. You've heard of the purple cow, right? You are coming in as the purple cow. We now know that the typically purchased lengths are between 14 to 24 inches with a high at 18 to 22 inch range, right? But I would advise you to strategically enter the market based on price ranges plus the popular lengths and aim from anywhere between $400 to $500 if you can, okay? That's the A+ goal. The next price range will fall between $500 to $600, and the very max would be between $600 to $700. The reason why I want you to come in at a lower price range is because people will quicker buy a wig for $400 to $500 and possibly even the $500 to $600 range, even if they barely know, like, and trust you. At this price range, they don't need to build that deep connection with you or your brand to give you a try. They only need to like and trust you just a little bit. You understand? And make no mistake, people would buy a wig at any price, but what we're looking for is speed. The goal here is simple. Get in, make sales, build trust, create raving fans, build loyalty, and get reviews. You need proof. Then you can use the money you've earned and reinvest it back into your business to build the business that maybe you truly want. Maybe you desire to sell wigs at a way higher price. The first thing you need is money. I know that if you're starting a wig business, majority of the people do not have the money to start the wig business. But you can get started and make the money and then come back, okay? So I just wanted to quote this right here. The most important factor in building wealth is speed. And I learned that from Myron Golden. He's a multi-millionaire. If you're an entrepreneur or just because you have a business, you might have heard of him. They call him the, what? Somebody said he was the American Christian gangster of business. It was so funny, but it was true. Like, I didn't even think of it that way because he do a lot of his, he do practically all of his teachings from the Bible, but he's really like the American Christian gangster of business. You need to go and check him out. He is crazy. But yes, getting back to it, making a few sales every month is better than making 0 to no sales every other month. So please pull your ego out and let's make decisions as if you are already her. Let's make decisions as if you are already a multi-millionaire businesswoman, okay? And you already know what I know, right? I'm not a multi-millionaire, I'm getting there, but I already took a step back and now I can see the business from where I was to where I want to go. Now, the easiest way for you to research trending style is to train your algorithm on what to show you. Do not like, comment, or even click on styles that's not high-end or styles that you do not aspire to recreate. Whatever you interact with on Instagram is what your feed and explore page will serve you. Oh, I was supposed to enter, so I'm gonna do that real quick. So here are 3 of the trending looks that's trending right now. So the Nigerian popular wig install, the frontal look, that's trending right now, but they're not directly relative because the stylist is who usually have to customize and install this look. So unless you plan on creating such a look that will arrive to your customers for easy install, I wouldn't suggest focusing on this particular look right now, even though it's trending, okay? By selecting your choice wig, you are telling the marketplace who you're serving, meaning you need to create your target avatar to match the style wig that will represent your brand, not your target audience. I want you to focus on one single person. You are concerned and speaking to a single person, and that's the only person you're concerned with serving. And don't worry, other people will resonate with your brand. This just helps you to keep your branding and your messaging cohesive, okay? So when people come to your page, they know who you are, they know what you stand for. There's no confusion. You're not trying to serve Sally and she's 28 years old. She's out in the club every other weekend. You know, she's hype and going to brunches, and then you're over here trying to serve maybe Maria, who is 36, and she's a little bit more mature. She's not into the club scene, so you don't want to play the ratchet music on your reels because you don't know if 36-year-old Maria is going to resonate with it. You see what I'm saying? So don't give yourself a range. Give yourself one single person, because there could be a 36-year-old Vanessa who's still with the shits. I'm a little bit on the hot and cold side. Every now and then I get with it, and then I turn it off, and then I'm like, okay, I'm a businesswoman now, so don't talk to me. Okay, so before we move on, just to recap what we're doing in step 1. In step 1, you're going to select the style wig that's going to represent your brand. Why are we at 22 minutes already? I'm only on step 1. Okay, I'm really gonna have to stick to the script because I wasn't sticking to the script. Okay, so let's just recap step 1. In step 1, you're going to select the style wig that you want to represent your brand. You're going to use the information that you know. You know that people usually buy wigs between 14 to 24 inch. Those are the popular sold lengths. And between that range, the 18 to 22 inch is what's really sells. Okay, so take that information into consideration. And then you want to look at the trending looks on social media and see what looks are trending, okay? And make your decision. Now we're going to move on to step 2. Select your vendor. Why it matters. It's highly important that you source a quality hair vendor that has low to reasonable prices, but still provides you with good quality hair. Your vendor needs to be reliable and have good customer service, because you must understand that whoever you select as your hair vendor is literally your partner in your company. Let me say that again. Whoever you select as your hair vendor, as your hair supplier, they're a partner in your company. You depend on them to source your customers with the quality of the hair extensions, okay? So that person is very important, who you choose. It's important to build great relationships with your hair supplier. The old way to have searched for hair vendors was on Alibaba, but if I was searching for a hair vendor today, it would be done through Instagram. When I do go to their page, one of the first things I look for is cohesiveness in their branding and product display. This lets me know already how committed and organized they are to the business. Are the band cohesive through the different grades? Do they have consistency in the products they're displaying? And of course, you're looking for the fullness and quality and texture. If you see colored bundles frizzy looking, that's a red flag. When you reach out to these vendors, do so in WhatsApp, not in Instagram DMs. Take the numbers from in their bios and reach out to them in WhatsApp. It shows your level of professionalism. You have a question about something they displayed, take the screenshot and ask the question through WhatsApp, not in the comment section. Remember, you're operating as if you're already a multi-billion-dollar company. Every decision you make should be a reflection of what your future self would do. Here are some extra tips, okay? Listen up. Listen up clearly. Do not ask closed-ended questions. Ask open-ended questions. Do you have raw hair? No. Do not ask that question. Instead, ask, what grade hair do your company carry? How do you categorize your hair grades? Let them answer you in complete sentences, not yes or no answers. Because majority of these vendors are unethical. And if you ask them a yes or no question, they're gonna give you the answer that they best feel that you want. No matter how nice you see them act, talking about, hey friend, or whatever the heck they be calling people, most of them are not nice. They're not nice. I think you know that by now, and I know that. Make sure you know how you're approaching them, okay? Ask them, what is the policy if your company mistakenly sends me the wrong order? Try to ask these questions in the beginning to hold them accountable now to fixing these issues if they do arise in the future. Other questions are like, what's your minimum order quantity? What are your shipping costs / fees? How long is shipping? If you have the company make you a custom wig and you're not using their pre-made wigs, because usually the pre-made wigs are too thin, that's the main reason why you will ask them to make you a custom wig, providing that they do offer that service. You want to know how long is a processing time for that unit to be made and shipped. If you have any hair vendors in your inbox, start with them because you usually have more leverage on a person that's reaching out to you versus you reaching out to that person, okay? Make payments through PayPal only, not Western Union or all that other crap they be asking you to pay them through. If in the future you feel like you can trust them to pay them through one of those other methods, well, then that's fine. But please use your discernment and please don't try to use your discernment now. You have too much going on right now to say, oh yeah, let me take a chance now. Pay them through PayPal only. All right, thank you. Once you start ordering with them, pay attention to the color bands that arrive on your bundles. Make sure they're consistent with the specific grade you've requested. Meaning, if the 10A bundles arrive with silver bands and the 12A bundles arrive with gold bands, that's how you expect to see it moving forward. Okay? So you always want to pay attention to something simple as that. The color band that your bundles arrive in. If you see something change, just nicely ask them a question to find out why, because that could potentially be a red flag. Make sure you're testing their lace. HD lace is the best and most popular lace right now for African American women. You're looking for thin lace and small knots. If you're bleaching the knots past 45 minutes and it's still not lifting, then that's a hard no. Because if you can't get the knots to lift, then your customization will be off. So no. Do not ask for discounts. Because if they agree to give you a discount, that means that they're cutting costs somewhere. And you never want that cost to be cut from your hair quality, which is more than likely what it will be. They give you a discount, they're probably sending you a lower grade than what you requested. Let's say for instance, you paid for a 12A hair and you ask them for like a discount or something, they're probably gonna send you the 10A hair. Another thing, do not compare one company's raw hair to another company's 12A hair. The 12A hair could very well be better quality than another company's raw hair. So only compare grades within a particular company. Do not compare the grades outside of different companies. They grade their hairs differently. All of it is different. And one company might have good 12A hair. Another company might not even go by 12A. They might only go by virgin and raw. So don't compare. Only compare within that company. If they do offer you little discounts here and there, that's fine to accept, because usually they will say something like, oh, just $5 off for shipping or something like that. That's fine. But when you're starting out, don't ask them for any discounts. Always test their best quality hair first. If their best quality hair is not good, you can expect the lower quality hair to not be good. Furthermore, you want to work with a company's best grade hair that they have to offer. And yes, they might have a few exceptions, but that's just the rule of thumb whenever you're deciding on which hair to go with. Going back to step 1, where you choose what style wig you're gonna go with and your target avatar, these both will help you in making the decision on which hair vendor you will go with. So with that being said, your focus will still be on getting good hair quality, but your focus should be way more prioritizing the prices so that you're able to still make a profit. Because like I said, it don't have to be like, oh my gosh, the raw is here. Just don't let it be dirt here. Of course, if you want to skip all of this, within the VIP wig styling formula, I have provided you with both my personal hair vendors where quality, consistency, and customer service is no longer an issue for you. All right, moving on to step number 3, pricing your product. Let me say this, profit is key. No. Matter of fact, profits is king. I could sit here and explain to you about the thousands of businesses that has failed because they have no profit margins, or they didn't have efficient profit margins set aside, including thousands of hair business you probably know right there on Instagram. I don't want to talk about anybody's company because business is hard, and if they fail, they're probably taking it hard enough. So no need to highlight them and add like fuel to the fire. What we can talk about is my personal failures, okay? Because I had a lot of those. We can talk about those so that you don't do it, because I'm telling you, you don't want this heat. In the past, I had my prices too low, okay? I was barely cutting profits. So within a few months in, I quickly started increasing my prices, and here's where I kind of messed up at. I increased my wig prices based on the woman I aspire to style my wigs like, comparing my wig construction to these women finished looks. So I'm looking at their finished looks and I'm like, oh yeah, their wig look good. But when I look inside of their wig cap, I'm like, oh, their wig cap looks bad in there. So my wig cap look way better. So now I'm thinking that because the inside of my wig cap, the construction of my wigs look good, and their wig cap, just that regular dome cap with the stitches, I'm thinking I'm Big Meech. Yeah, that's why I went wrong. I was not focused on my wig styling skills, okay? That's not why I raised my prices. I raised my prices because of my wig construction. Wow. While everybody else was making wigs using the dome caps, my wig caps was made using ventilated breathable caps. So in my head, my wigs were better than theirs. When I catch myself, it was about early 2022. Let me say that again. When I catch my, I don't know what to laugh. Sometimes I just have to laugh at the stuff that I be doing. When I catch myself, we was like in 2022, and I was like, oh no, something is off. Something is off. Like I'm supposed to be making way more sales at this point. So I started paying attention to my pictures and my videos, and I'm like, Anna, your customization is off. Like off. My wigs, they wasn't looking like the top players was coming, okay? I was so fixated on my wig construction and my confidence was so high, it allowed me not to see where I was falling short. So I was freaking frustrated trying to figure out the problem. Whole time, the problem was sitting right there in my face. Needless to say, once I identified the problem, I went off. Like I went ham. My wig styling and my customization techniques, that became first priority. Like first priority. And soon enough, the compliments came pouring in from like so many different people. People was messaging me and all of them was kind of like saying the same thing. They was like, oh, your wigs look so good now. What do you mean now? It was like, oh, you improved so much. Like they were saying all these stuff as if they already knew that my wigs didn't look good, but nobody was saying nothing. I only had one girl who used to always tell me, pluck my hairline more. And I would tell her like, no, if I pluck it more, then the customers, their lace wouldn't last, because that's what I was taught, that the more you pluck the lace, the less life it will have. So I'm thinking, I don't want to sell them these wigs and they don't last them good 6 to 12 months because the lace messed up and the hair is still good. That's not what we're doing in 2025. In 2025, we're not concerned how long the lace lasts. In 2025, we're concerned that the lace blends naturally. We're concerned that when the woman put those wigs on, they put that on. You understand? We're not concerned about, oh, the wig is not gonna last if you pluck the lace so much. You think I want to put this wig on my head and worry that, oh yeah, let me keep this hairline nice and full because I want my wig to last? No, pluck that. Pluck that. I want, when I put this on, this Slade, and you looking at me like, damn, my wig look good. So like, I knew I needed to improve, but I didn't think like it was that bad. But be honest, looking back at the picture, it was bad. It was bad. And you'll see the pictures later. Oh my gosh, I play too much. I started investing a lot in wig styling courses. I had one that I paid for a bigger package that had, I think, like 3 or 4 courses in there. And I took like one thing out of there. It was one for color and one had layering. The courses was just so advanced. I was frustrated. I'm not gonna lie to you, I was frustrated. And then I actually paid for a wig, a curling tutorial that one I feel like it was a bit advanced too. I tried to take something out of there, but to be honest with you, I still have that curling tutorial and I'm gonna go back to it to master, because there's a certain way that the curls fall that I'm trying to get. But needless to say, I took the little bit of what I see and I put it together and I created my own. But I kept investing because I was trying to figure it out. Like, I really wanted my wig business to succeed. And don't talk about that one time I invested like $9,000 into this coaching. We'll talk about that in like another video. I literally had sleepless nights from that situation. I was sick. Like, I was sick to my stomach. I felt like the lady came in my house and like stole from me and then walked back out. I was like sick to my stomach. But I got the money back and we could talk about that story in another time. I need some wine for that one because I might cry. Just thinking about how I might cry. I know I look tough, but but sometimes, oh my gosh. But that's another story for another day. So getting back on the subject briefly, I also want to share with you, I heard this guy, he stated this one time, and he's a millionaire. He's just coming up there. So he stated his journey and he speak about how he made about $250,000 a year. And he only profited about $30,000, $40,000. It was something crazy like that. I know it wasn't more than $40,000. Okay, and that alone, like when I heard the story, I said, I know I'm not stupid. When I add some of these stuff up and I'm looking at the numbers, I'm like, these numbers not making sense. I said, these people can't really be profiting. There are more to people's story than you know. You'll see somebody, you don't know if they have like a man taking care of them. You don't know if they're still living with their parents. You don't know if they're paying like their taxes, or they're paying for their business expenses. You don't know the story behind what they're doing. But I know that you have a business and we have business expenses. I'm telling you, you have to manage your profits. We're gonna do a quick breakdown. But before we begin, let me preface this by saying, when you're just starting out in your wig business, you should not be making wigs on the sewing machine. Allow your vendor to make your wigs and you focus on customization and styling. It's too much of a high labor and little profits, and it will quickly lead to burnout. Because when you're just coming into the wig business, you can't come in unless you have your branding and your marketing aligned and ready to go. You cannot really come in and sell wigs at a really high price and expect to make enough sale to sustain a business. You could come in and you could slowly take your time, but I know that everybody who's on this masterclass right now is looking for speed. We're not looking for one sale here, one sale there, we're not looking for that. We're looking for speed. And if you sit there and you stand on your prices and they're not selling, what are we doing? Remember, you're going into the market at a lower cost. So that means you're banking on high quantity to make your monthly goals. You cannot afford to add wig making to that equation. Don't think it will be an easy task for you to master wig construction as well as wig customization and styling. Okay, you need to be an expert, so you need to lock in on your focus. As far as profit margins, never go below $150. The aim is $300 profit margin starting out, but because we're implementing a smart strategy to bring money in as quickly as possible, stay between $150 to $200 so that you can keep your product costs low. Your first financial goal should be to aim for 6 figures in your business. Your first financial goal should be for you to aim for 6 figures in your business. That's $8,333 every month. Except you will be making this money in profits, not just in revenue. That's 42 to 56 wigs sold every month to meet your goal. Let me repeat that again. You should aim to make 6 figures in your business just starting out. That should be your first goal. That's $8,333. That's $8,000. I was about to say wigs. That's $8,333 every month. You're not looking for that money in revenue. You're looking for that money in profits. So that would be equals to 42 wigs to 56 wigs sold every month. 42 wigs if it's a $200 profit margin. 56 wigs if it's a $150 profit margin. Okay, so let's get into a quick product cost breakdown. You need to add the cost of your wig plus your vendor's shipping fees, plus the PayPal fees to total your product costs. It's not just the price of your wig. If your vendor says, hey Maria, this 24-inch is $300, you're not just looking at the $300. You're looking at the $300 plus the cost of shipping, plus any PayPal fees if they do charge. And that is the total of your product costs. That's the first one. Then you need to add any business expenses, including packaging supplies, product/tool supplies, website fees, free shipping fees, etc. Just take a day or two and start listing out all your expenses. The easiest way to do this is by adding up all your expenses and dividing that number by the amount of wigs that you desire to sell every month in order to meet your profit goal. So you're gonna add up all the expenses, right, by the number of wigs that you desire to sell every month. For example, how many cans of hairspray does it take to complete 42 wigs every month? Let's say you need 8 cans of hairspray. Each costs $18.99 a piece. That's $18.99 times 8 equals $151.92. Divided by 42 equals $3.61. So splitting the cost amongst the 42 a month, you would add $3.61 to your business expenses for hairspray. Now, I know that sounds like a whole lot just now, but all of this is breaking down for you inside of the tutorial. Don't worry about, and you can rewind that section so that you understand what I'm saying. Okay, so this process of writing out your expenses is a bit tedious, and I feel like that's why most people don't do it, but it's the reason why most people are not getting the profit margins that they're looking for. The profit margin that they truly desire in their business, they're not getting it because they're not taking the time to sit down and write out the expenses. We have a business, babe. This is part of it. This is not the fun part, but this is definitely part of it. And it's very important that we know our expenses. Let's say you want to profit $200 and you're going to divide it by 42. When you do add up all your expenses, it's going to look like a crazy number. It's probably going to be like $2,000 to $3,000. But when you divide that number by 42, it's probably going to come down to like 40 something, 50 something dollars. So it's going to look crazy before it looks better. Then it comes down to like $50. You're going to take that $50 and say, okay, this is my business expenses, $50. But we're not finished. I'm sorry, we're not finished. You have more. The shipping fee. Okay, we're going to have to run through this really quick because, oh my gosh, It's already 40 minutes. Okay, so let's talk about the shipping fee really quick. Shipping fee per unit, $25. For shipping, you want to add confirmation and insurance on all packages. Do not leave that option to your customers. It protects both you and your clients, because although you tell them USPS or the mailing service of your choice is who's responsible for their packaging after it leaves your possession, guess who they're still going to be looking at to blame if their packages are lost? You. Maybe, yes, USPS, but mostly you is who will get the negative impact of that situation. And think about it the same way you look at Amazon to refund you your money when your packages don't arrive. You are Amazon. You are the business owner, okay? So the same way how your customers are gonna look at you. Definitely have that disclaimer listed on your website to let them know that you are no longer responsible for the package after it leaves your possession, but still insure all the packages, because God forbid something like that do happens. At least you can tell the customers, hey, I am not responsible for your package once it leaves my possession. I have listed that on my website. However, I did went ahead and insure your package. So when you contact USPS, let them know that you have insurance on your package and they are responsible to pay you the full cost of your order if they don't find your package. So you will get your money back. This will show them that you care about them and you respect them patronizing your business. Also, it helps you sleep better at night. Knowing that you went above and beyond for your clients and you had their back, that really helps you to rest at night. I'm telling you, because business couldn't keep you up. All right, the estimated shipping cost is $25. You'll be adding $25 to each unit. Overall, you may be looking at roughly $80 for expenses, but I just went ahead and rounded that number to $100 for this example. Here are a few examples of what it will cost your customers using one of my personal hair vendors for a 5x5 HD lace custom made wig. So these are all profiting $150, and then you can see the ones that is profiting $200. So for 14-inch wig, you will sell it for $525. 16-inch wig, you will sell it at $540. An 18-inch wig, you will sell it at $570. A 20-inch wig, you will sell it at $585, which is actually pretty good. Or you can profit $200 and sell that same unit for $640. Because honestly, a 20-inch unit that's really customized and really looks good, you can definitely sell it for $640. They will still look at it like it's a steal. And a 22-inch for $620, $150 profit margin, or $680, a $200 profit margin. You also have options for a 12-inch style wig, whether it be a bob or just a 12-inch cut. And those product costs was ranging anywhere between $395 to $480. And we can discuss that more later on inside the program. Okay, I can connect you with that one. But ideally, I want you to look at these prices along with the length and just brainstorm a few ideas on what style you would like to create. Although it's going to be on the mannequin, you're probably going to model the wig as well. You also want to keep in mind what style wig looks best on you, because whatever you wear, you need to be able to influence. So basically, take all these things into consideration to help you make your final decision. If you want deeper insight into the full pricing strategy for creating maximum profits in your wig business, stick around to learn more about the offer that I have for you at the end of this class, because you don't want to miss it. At least stick around to make an informed decision on whether or not you want to miss out on this opportunity. Okay, let's move on. This is the last step. Okay, so now we're in step 4. And we're really gonna run through this because this is way, way longer than I wanted it to be. Way, way longer. So yeah, Anna, stick to the script. Stick to the script. Step 4, my favorite part. Master your skills. Babe, I don't even know if this step needs to be explained. You're drowning right now. You're drowning in a sea full of sharks because nobody knows you exist. Your potential customers are just scrolling right past your page. You have to master your customization and styling skills. You have to. It is mandatory. It's not an option. You could have all the pretty branding, all the colors, all the logos, all the packaging, all the fluff. But nobody is buying your wigs if you do not stand out and show your authority. And how are you going to do that? It's by mastering bleaching your knots, plucking and customizing your hairline, properly curling your units without putting dents in the hair, adding layers so that your curls have volume and body, Your closure needs to be flat. Your units needs to be professionally customized and styled by you because you are the expert. Your business kind of exists without you having this skill. And with the market being so discerning on purchases and who they're making it with, you don't have the budget to be outsourcing this job. Your profit margins are already set. Okay, babe, so we had to do a voiceover for this section. I wanted to include some bonus tips because it's very important that you build your brand. So tip number 1 is to build out your brand identity. Inside of the tutorial, I did include an expert branding video so that you can have all of this information broken down for you. The second tip that I wanted to let you know is to create a mood board for your brand. This gives you a clear visual of the type of brand that you're creating and keeps everything cohesive. And then for tip number 3, I need you to optimize your Instagram grid and your aesthetics so you have a clear visual of what the vibe is when people come to your page. And here I wanted to give you an actual visual of what my journey looked like so that you understand no matter where you at on your journey, that you can get to wherever you want to be. And this program is just basically an accelerator so that you fast track your business and don't waste as much time. Now I'm going to show you how I priced my units when I first started out. And this is basically when I wasn't making much of a profit margin. I was really just trying to get myself out there. But then I soon realized like I needed to make a change. So once I started leveling up my wig styling skills, these are the type of sales that I've been getting in my business. And this is an actual return client. This client as well, this was her first purchase with me. She purchased 2 units. Her last purchase with me was 3 units at $3,000. And while these units are custom made units that I made on the machine as well, I've seen brands that's selling units closer to $3,000 that are pre-made by the vendor. The biggest difference is their branding. So you must pair your branding with your wig styling skills to bring a great product to the market. This is my first time doing a masterclass, so y'all gonna have to like bear with me. And we're gonna try to make it better next time, but this information is super valuable and I'm just gonna, Okay, let's go. So just to recap, because I know this was a lot. The first thing that you wanna do is decide on your brand signature look, and that look is what you will bring to market. Step number 2 is to select your hair vendor. Make sure you choose the right vendor that's going to align with your prices and the quality that you want to provide, which rolls us into step number 3, price your product. Don't just create a price out of thin air because you're going to run into problem. Make sure that your prices are set to sell and also set to earn you maximum profit. And finally, step number 4, master your skills. Make sure you are flawlessly customizing and styling your wigs because whatever style you choose to represent your brand, you must become the expert in that look. That's mandatory because your expertise builds what? Trust. And trust equals what? Sales. So within my career, I've made a lot of mistakes, a lot of failures along the way, but I've also been able to share some success, which has allowed me a better understanding of what works and what does not work in this industry. So the first mistake I made was investing in a wig construction course. Now, while having that skill is really great, I shouldn't have done that. So many women come to me right now asking for a one-to-one because they love how I make the wigs. I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it because if I do it, I'm going to be doing it for the money. Okay? I know how easy it is. I already look at the numbers and 2 ladies already agreed to my prices, which was between $2,800 to $3,500. Those were the packages because I created a package and I was going to do it. But I say, you know what? In the back of my head, I know that these ladies is wanting to do this course because they feel like this is what's going to make them sales. Okay? And in my head, I know that the only reason I would do that course that quickly is because I wanted to eat that money. That's just working with 3 to 4 people to make $10,000. And I had to really like say, Anna, no, just don't do it. As long as I get my messaging out there for women to understand, for wig stylists, wig business owners to understand that a construction course, a wig construction course on the machine do not make you money. Once you agree to understanding that, then I could go ahead and give you the skill because I don't want to go ahead and portray that you learning this skill is going to make you make money in this market. It's not. Okay, and it's a very expensive course to take. The average sewing machine wig making class costs about $1,800. And while having those skills are great, most of your customers don't even know the difference between a custom made wig by you and one done by your hair vendor. The next half don't even care. Their main concerns are having high quality hair, good density, and top-notch customization and style. Now, here's some of my clients who actually, well, they're my students, but I like to call them my clients. You know that, right? So this is some of the reviews that I've been getting back from the tutorial. I have a lot of them, like a lot. We have Linda here who says she just come back to thank me so much for the updated pluck customized tutorial. She wrote it out just like how I wrote the, just like how I have the link written is how she wrote it back out. But she really just was so excited for it because she said she tried it and she's gotten so many compliments. This was a beautiful transformation because she reached out to me and showed me her progress. And when I looked at it, I zoomed in and I was like, oh, I said, you need to go back and do this, and that. And she came back to me like within, I think it was less than 48 hours. I feel like it was definitely less than 2 days. So it was like 1 to 2 days. And she showed me the update. And I was like, oh yeah, you on to something. Now we have another one of my clients over here and she was just stoked about this whole investment. Like she feels so much more confident after going through these tutorials and implementing these skills. And then right here, we have another one of my clients and she's just explaining how impeccable, when she used that word, I was like, ooh, I love it. She says impeccable. She says the attention to detail in the tutorials are impeccable. Okay, so you can read all of the stuff on your own. I just hyped myself up. So now we're gonna get into the offer. The VIP wig styling formula was previously priced at $600. Right now with our Black Friday specials, you can save 25% off. You will now be able to join this program for $449. That's only $41 if you check out using Affirm or Klarna. $41 a month for 12 months if you check out using Affirm or Klarna. So you have no excuse if you want to get into this program, if you want to elevate your wig business in 2025, you want to go ahead and click the link down below and join the VIP wig styling formula because we're about to get deep and it's about to get better. Right here, I went ahead and list out the main points of what you will be learning inside the VIP wig styling formula, which is you will learn how to properly bleach your knots for a flawless scalp-like finish, how to pluck a clean middle part, no makeup, concealer, or sprays added, how to lay your closure flat, how to pluck and customize your hairline for a natural, realistic appearance without using baby hairs, how to layer your wigs in under 5 minutes. This is one of the secrets to achieving gorgeous curls. Then you're gonna learn my famous pin curl curling technique, which you are going to learn how to curl like a pro. Okay? All right. Also included is the secret behind creating your product prices to ensure that you make maximum profits in your wig business. And then you're going to be equipped with both my personal hair vendors, 2 vetted hair suppliers that's going to help you accelerate your wig business journey. No more worrying about hair vendors, no more worrying about pricing. Everything is right there for you. Then we have some special bonuses, which that will include the branding tips and the video that I said I included in there. That video is very valuable. Yeah, we'll talk about that. Here is where it gets better. If you join the VIP wig styling formula within the next 48 hours, you will be entered into a private support group with direct access to me for the next 30 days. That means the month of December, we about to go hard. For the month of December, we're about to go hard. This is going to be available for the first 25 signups within the next 48 hours. Okay? You are able to ask me any questions you need in the group. Once you create your brand signature look, you need help refining your style, you need help mastering your skills, you need help pricing your wigs, you need help deciding on which vendor to go to. Listen, if you want to prep your wig business to go into 2025, you need to be into this group. This is the only time I am going to give you access to me where that you can ask me any questions you want within this program. I am going to open up next year one-on-one, but this would be the only time that you have access to me, and especially for a 30-day period, okay? So get in, ask your questions, make sure you're completely set to go out into the market in 2025. Don't wait until January to start your New Year's resolution. I don't know what it is, but most people fail when they create a New Year's resolution. Most people are successful when they set their goals in the last quarter of the year. That's October, November, December. Listen, it's September, October, November, December. We are now going into December. We can go hard for 30 days to get prepared for January. We're not going into January thinking about starting a New Year's resolution. We're doing it now. We're preparing now. So go ahead and click the link below and sign up for the VIP Wig Styling Formula. Only $449 today. And that brings me to the next announcement. The VIP Wig Styling Formula will have a price increase starting December 3rd. But just so you know, the program is actually significantly underpriced. And so we're gonna have a price increase on December 3rd, and moving forward, that would be the new rate. So if you know this is what you want, definitely come and enter the program. Like I said, you can use Affirm or one of the easy payment options so that you can lock in your spot. The first 25 signups will have direct access to me for the next 30 days, and we will make sure that you have your brand signature look ready for 2025, okay? All right. Now, thank you for being here. Thank you for staying with me to the end. But remember, a goal without a plan is just a wish. I love you, babe. Talk to you soon.